Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. My name is Khairia Nosafia binti Muhammad Nizam, and I represent to discuss on this persuasive speech on parents should attend parenting classes before having a children. To me, the topic itself is very controversial, and some of you might agree and some of you are not. So the main reason I'm here today is my duty to pursue all of you on why we should attend parenting classes before having children. As you can see, at the beginning of this presentation, I've compiled a short clip showing how parents are constantly struggling in delivering their best for their children. When it comes to parenting, nobody had the exact idea on how to become one except for parenting self, but not all parents have it all figured out. All right. Imagine a world where every child is nurtured in a loving, supportive environment where parents possess the skill and knowledge to guide their children towards a successful future. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Many parents struggling with the challenges of raising children, often feeling overwhelmed and ill prepare for the responsibilities that come with parenthood. Today, I urge you to consider a solution that can have a profound impact on families and society as a whole. Parents attending parenting classes before having children. The main reason we often hear from new parents is they also say that parenting classes are costly. They will rather save money for the baby when it arrives. Raising children is not cheap nowadays. Some might be up for not having children because they are not financially stable. New parents also have no time due to their commitment and also BFM stand for busy finding money. Last but not least, they will say that will always act based on experience from their parents or college or cousin and find ways to improvise their parenting. As you need to know, if you attend parenting classes before having children, you get more knowledge for your future for manage growing children. Let's take a look at the cases. The need for parents to attend parenting classes is evident when we consider the challenges they face and the potential consequences of inadequate preparation. According, over 16% of new parents experience feelings of stress and anxiety, unsure of how to navigate the complexities of raising a child. Furthermore, instead of child abuse and neglect are alarmingly high, with many cases resulting from a lack of parenting skill and knowledge. Parents can acquire essential tools and technique to address these challenges effectively by attending parenting classes. They can learn about child development, effective communication, and positive discipline strategy. Parenting classes provide a foundation of knowledge and skill that empower parents to create a nurturing and supportive environment for their children. By attending parenting classes will somehow help to boost the new parents' confidence level as already prepared and are knowledgeable in how to handle and get to prevent abuse of one's own children. Now that I will show you what the benefits of parenting attending parents classes are significant and far-reaching. Firstly, these classes provide parents with a comprehensive understanding of child development. They learn about the physical, emotional, and cognitive milestones their children will go through enabling them to provide appropriate support and guidance at each stage. Secondly, parenting classes foster effective communication skill. Parents learn how to listen attentively, express empathy, and establish open lines of communication with their children. This is not only strength the parent-child bond but also encourage healthy emotional development in children. Let's move on to the final point is parenting classes emphasize positive discipline strategy that promote respect, understanding, and cooperation. Parents learn alternative methods to physical punishment and gain insight into how to set boundaries and enforce consequences in a loving and supportive manner. By doing so, they create an environment that fosters the emotional well-being and self-esteem of their children. When I have explained the benefit of taking the class, try to imagine a future where every parent attend parenting classes before having children. Picture a society where children grow up in homes filled with love, understanding, and effective guidance. These children develop into confident, compassionate individuals who excel academically and contribute positively to their communities. By investing in parenting classes, we are investing in the future of our society one child at a time. I urge you to support and promote the idea that parents should attend parenting classes before having children, encourage community organizations, educational institutions, and healthcare providers to offer accessible and comprehensive parenting programs. Advocate for policies that incentive and prioritize parental education. By taking action, we can empower parents, strengthen families, and create a brighter future for generations to come. Do not lose hope in gain more insight because no one could claim themselves as perfect parents as we know we are just human beings and nobody is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying the benefit of parents attending parenting classes are undeniable. By addressing the need for education and support before embarking on the journey of parenthood, we can equip parents with the skill, knowledge, and confidence they need to raise happy, healthy children. Let us work together to prioritize parental education, ensuring that every child has the opportunity to thrive in a loving and nurturing environment. Remember, the impact of parenting classes extends far beyond individual families. It shapes the future of our society as a whole, and I hope by spreading the awareness of these classes, it will become a norm and you should be as important as attending marriage courses before getting married. I hope all of you are open to change and up to attend parenting classes. Thank you very much for your attention.
Um, Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Rastana binti Nazim. Okay, today I stand before you to share light on a pressing issue that has become a growing concern in our society, which is the social media responsible for the moral degradation of teenagers. The moral degradation of teenagers, or which I firmly believe, social media is largely responsible in this era of unprecedented technological advancement. Social media platforms have woven themselves into the fabric of our daily life, influencing the way we communicate, share information, and interact with one to another. How we dive deeper in this digital world, it becomes crucial for us to examine the potential consequences that we arise from this newfound connectivity. especially when it comes to the impression development of our youth. It is imperative that we acknowledge this problem and take action to protect the well-being of our future generation. It's a lie if you say you don't have a social media. I think all of us agree that social media can have positive effect. However, have you ever considered that if a person does not benefit from social media in a positive way, it can actually influence them negatively? Definitely, yes. As one of the negative effects is moral degradation, which is become increasingly prevalent among social media users today, especially teenagers. Okay, next. Okay, from this moment, I will open your mind and make sure that you will be on the same page with me regarding that social media is definitely the poison for teenagers' moral that was slowly kill the identity from the good. I would like to visualize the moral declaration issue whether it could affect the future order. So, can you imagine what our future will look like if moral degradation rapidly increase not only among young but always among golden age? Can you imagine if no action is taken by individual or even parents to control their children in order to use social media wisely? Okay, this is what I researched in Google social media research statistic. About 58.4% of the world population uses social media today. Second, the average daily social media usage is 2 hours and 27 minutes. The average social media user has an account on 6.6 social media platforms. 7.3% of the average person life will be spent only on social media. Millennials and Gen Z are the biggest social media consumers. About 4.69% of social media users are addicted to social media. The moral declaration of teenager will undoubtedly worsen. More users will emerge on social media, cursing others in the comment section, which could affect the mental health and emotion of other users. And the number of people who start to use inappropriate word from Western culture or even the negative side of Christian culture will increase. Best believe day by day social media will be filled with toxic people reflects of moral they will continue to do so because that is not awareness about the negative thing that should not be done on social media. Next, okay, I aim to shed light on the alarming correlation between social media and the moral degradation of our youth. It is not my intention to vilify technology or cast blame on any particular platform, but rather to foster a meaningful dialogue about the responsible use of these powerful tools and the potential impact they can have on our future generation. Social media assists in the moral declaration of teenagers. Next. Okay. First one is social media platforms have become breeding grounds for cyberbullying and online harassment. Teenagers who are in a vulnerable phase of their life face relentless criticism, humiliation, and even threat through these platforms. The anonymity provided by social media encourages individuals to engage in cruel behavior they wouldn't dare in person, leaving lasting emotional scars on the victim. The moral compass of our youth is being tarnished as they witness and sometimes part- partake in this act of aggression. Moreover, the constant exposure that to expect and inappropriate content on social media has desensitized teenagers to value of respect and decency. The content that through their screens promote a distorted image of relationship, objectivities individuals, and normalize behavior that were considered taboo. This unrestricted access to explicit material blur the line between right and wrong. leading to desensitization of moral and degradation of social norms. Next slide. Additionally, social media fuels a culture of comparison and low self-esteem among teenagers. Platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok provide idealized versions of people's life, highlight their achievement and moment of happiness, constantly bombarded with carefully curated image. Our teenagers feel an immense pressure to conform to unrealistic standards. This constant comparison can lead to feeling of inadequacy, self-doubt, and never-ending pursuit of validation, often at the expense of their moral compass. Furthermore, the addictive nature of social media platforms has determined the effect on the moral development of teenagers. Notification, likes, and followers become a measure of social validation and self-worth. As a result, teenagers find themselves drawn into a never-ending cycle of seeking external validation, often at the expense of their own principles. This addiction to social media further distracts them from nurturing real-world relationships and developing empathy, composition, and a sense of responsibility toward others. Next, okay, this is about the average social media user will visit 7.5 social media platforms each month. Okay, next slide. There is always a solution to a problem. Let's move to what we can do as a teenager to avoid this social problem. It is true, social media have the potential which can lead to moral degradation, especially among young. However, I did not think that people should not use social media at all. Social can help mitigate the negative impact of social media on teenager moral value. First one, I would like to advise you to not to excessively using your social media. Social media users should be practice caution when interacting with others on social media. They must have manner by commenting on the other people's posts with appropriate word, even though it is virtual. How action in social media has an impact on us or other users in real life. Second, people need to know their worth in using social media. As a social media user, you should be responsible for your social media activities, such as not spreading hate and negative comments on other posting or body shaming them in the social media. Lastly, as a smart teenager, choose your feed wisely. Apart from that, some users in social media who do not have any respect toward others may make posting like hate speech or libel directly or indirectly, which can hurt people and up, resulting in moral degradation. Considering that the hate comment just now, you have to bear in mind that every word that comes from us orally or in writing, we must be responsible for it. Next slide. Preventing social media role in the moral degradation of teenager. Social media users must not be so obsessed with Western culture that they follow on social media, but only take the positive side of Western culture and not the negative side. Social media users must understand that the boundaries between our beloved culture and Western culture are contradictory and they must be responsible for this issue in order to avoid negative influence from Western culture. Second, we must work together as a society to promote digital literacy and responsible social media usage. Schools should incorporate comprehensive education programs that emphasize ethical conduct online, cyberbullying prevention, and critical thinking skills to help students discern between right and wrong. One is parents and guardians also play a vital role in mitigating the negative impact of social media on teenagers. Open communication, setting boundaries, and monitoring online activity can help ensure a safer and more positive online environment. Encouragingly offline activity, fostering healthy relationship, and promoting self-esteem can redirect their focus away from the damaging influences of social media. Okay, next slide. For the conclusion, when it comes to any issue, there must be action what we should make it right. We will there numerous reasons to believe that social media is one of the primary cause of youth moral degradation. The moral degradation of teenager is an urgent issue that demands our attention. Social media platforms have played a significant role in this decline, exposing our youth to cyberbullying, explicit content, unrealistic standards, and addictive behavior. By acknowledging the problem and taking collective action, we can provide our teachers with the guidance and support they need to navigate responsibility, protect their moral compass, and ultimately make a brighter, more effective future for all. Last but not least, I believe one day all of us become a parent. So what should we do? Please do guide our children with social media in a proper way. And if your children have the sign of being influenced by Western culture, you as a parent should take an action by advising them or teaching them about our culture and not to follow the Western culture. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. I would like to introduce myself first before start the persuasive speech. My name is Nurin Jazlina binti Muhammad Syafiai and my student ID is 2022917445. Did you ever think about why school uniform are so important for students? Why the students need to wear the school uniform? A lot of question in student mind asking the importance and the benefit for wearing the school uniform. There has been much debate around the world about whether students should wear uniform at school. Next, after a lot of research, I can evidently see that people still have diverse opinion about this subject, as some people think school uniform is essential, some are just fine with its existence, and some think it is useless. Nearly all students do not support school uniforms. However, they do not know benefits in wearing them. Believe it or not, there are a lot more pros than cons when it comes to wearing school uniform. The only reason students do not wish to wear school uniform is because they only care about looking good. I have found several articles that supporting the use of school uniforms. I believe that schools should adopt school uniform policies because they promote school safety, improve the learning environment, and diminishes the clothing competition, which also will save families a good deal of money. Next, identify who is a student and who isn't, even from a distance. This makes it easier for them to keep students safe and away from unauthorized areas. Likewise, staff and students can soon identify anyone on the school ground without a uniform as an outsider or possible intruder by their lack of uniform. Next, the most important benefit of school uniform is the environment it will create. With school uniform, the student couldn't wear anything outrageous or abstract. This would limit distraction in the classroom, producing a better teaching and learning zone. Also, school uniform would make for a better student-teacher relationship because everyone would be looked at as an equal. Another distraction uniforms could remove is the problem with females wearing revealing clothing. Lastly, a majority of students can take up 30 minutes picking out their clothes for the next day. If uniforms were mandatory, that time they could be used to do schoolwork or get a better night's sleep for the following day. There are several problems if the student did not wear school uniform to school. The problem is the incident of the student being attacked for wearing the odd clothes. Sometimes this is because the students receive hand-me-downs from sibling, or maybe the student comes from a poor family and can't afford to buy name brand clothes. Having a school uniform provides safety for the student attending the school. Bullying does not take place because all students are wearing the same clothing. The bullies frequently choose to pick on an individual based on what they wear. It even worse. Imagine what would happen if they were all dressed alike. In my opinion, the use of school uniform would provide a more bully-free environment, causing them to have one less reason to get picked on, and the bullies cannot judge another student for not wearing trending clothing. According to Mariam Will in the article, "Do uniform make school better?" He states school uniform can diminish economic and social barrier between students. A poor student with low income has the same position in school as a wealthy student. This example can also prevent peer pressure. No one has to buy trending clothes they cannot afford. The new clothes can also be extremely expensive for parents to buy for their children every working year. Each year, parents would have to go out and buy new clothes. Parents know how costly necessities are to prepare their children for school, as they would have to spend a minimum of 300 just to buy school supplies and branded clothes per child. To tackle this issue, the parents can buy the school uniform, which is cheaper than the branded cloth, and the student can just wear their school uniform without any insecure feelings. Student and parents will Student and parents would not have to worry about buying the newest clothes which cost a fortune. That would have that would save family hundred of ringgit. Sure, kids would still need clothes other than their uniform, but not as many. In addition, the student wouldn't need to worry about rushing to get something washed for the next day because you already know what you will be wearing. Students should wear the school uniform is an important topic because it has a positive impact around the country. This problem is widespread. Most people can recount at least one story from their childhood in which they felt out of place, underdressed, or uncool because of how they look. It doesn't care anywhere, but the clothes is always important to the people around us. Former President of United States Bill Clinton has even said to teach character education, to teach good values and good citizenship. And if it means that teenagers will stop killing each other over designer jackets, then our public school should be able to require their students to wear school uniform. Everyone has attended school at some point in time, and if we make sure that the student wear the school uniform, we could improve life for the student. I read some case in the internet which about a teacher who teach in the southeast side of Washington in rural areas. The crime rates is high there, and it's not unusual for there to be a shooting or stabbing near the elementary school where he works. His student wear uniform, and he see that if it wasn't for the uniform, he think that a lot more gang and street violence would be prevalent. So you may be saying to yourself, so what? So if we So, if we agree with the student about not wearing the school uniform, it going to be disservice for the student without us knowing it, this solution involves to make sure the student not think that didn't wear the student uniform is the good idea. Students should wear the uniform, which this idea will help to promote school safety, improve the learning environment, and diminishes the clothing competition, which also will save families a good deal of money. In conclusion, we can implement by persuade to student that wear uniform to school have a lot of advantage. For example, if the student revert about the uniform, we can tell them that if they wear the school uniform, it can enhance school pride, unity, and community spirit. From here, we can look the students in uniform significantly more positive perception of belonging in their school community than the student in the standard dress group. Imagine yourself walking down the hall, not hearing students picking on what they were to school that day. See them sitting in the classroom, focusing on the schoolwork and not each other's shoes. But if
Assalamualaikum and have a nice day. My name is Luciana Shuhaila binti Rosnan. So for today's topic that I choose to deliver is why is love not a gift but a challenge. Next, the reality of love beyond romantic notion. Next. So ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to challenge the romantic notion we often associate with love. We are captive by image for passionate kisses, exhilarating adventures, and the promise of extended happiness. But why we to have conveniently forget about the fight, tears, and broken heart that often accompany love? The answer is simple. We don't want to face the harsh realities. We prefer to see the love as a dream rather than a complex and challenging journey. Next, but I urge you to embrace the truth. Love is not blessing bestowed upon us by fate. It is not a fairy tale ending where everything magically falls into the place. Love is a fragile structure that requires constant effort, understanding, and respect. It it is hard work, and if we fail to recognize this, our relationship become in the weight of unrealistic expectation. Right? So let's step into the heart of the issue. The root cause of conflict in romantic relationship lies in our belief that there is a perfect partner out there for each of us. We are captive by the idea that we will meet someone who think and behave exactly like us. But think about it. Would you truly want to be with a person who is a mirror image of yourself? Consider the moment in your life that you regret or feel ashamed of. You still believe that a carbon copy of yourself is the key of the happiness. Right? The reality is that nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes, and it is unreasonable to demand perfection from others while we ourselves are flawed. True love lies in our willingness to embrace and celebrate our differences. It is our capacity to teach and learn from one another. Our partner, more than anyone else, have the ability to help us growing by offering honest feedback and criticism. They don't they don't do this to humiliate us. They do it because they genuinely care about our self-development. Next. Now let us address another critical issue in romantic relationship, the reluctance to communicate openly. How often have you found yourself in a situation where your partner is clearly upset, yet refuse to share what bothering them? You ask them straightforward questions, but they respond with vague or meaningless words, leaving you feeling frustrated and helpless. Why does this happen? It's happened because we have this unrealistic expectation that our true love should be able to read our mind. We believe that they should understand us without the need of explicit communication. But let me tell you, this is pure fantasy. While your partner love you, they are not mind reader. They cannot decipher your thought and emotion unless you express them openly. They are not parents try to decipher the needs of a toddler. They are your equal and they need you to communicate with your thought and feelings. Next, in conclusion, love is not a walk in the park. It's not solely driven by emotion and instinct. Love is a skill that requires constant effort, learning, personally and personal growth. It is about becoming a better person for the sake of our loved one. It is about accepting our imperfection and embracing the uniqueness of our partner. Love is a gift, but it is a gift that must be earned through mutual respect, understanding, and the unwavering commitment to building a strong and long-lasting relationship. Next. So let us remember that love is not just about the beautiful moment captured in photograph, but it's about a tear shed, the disagreement resolved, and the growth achieved together. Let us embrace the reality of love and embark on the challenging yet rewarding journey with open heart and open mind. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Thank you for having me today. My name is Nofarahi Syafiqah binti Johari and I am going to deliver a speech. So today my topic is about a reclaiming pin, breaking a gender stereotypes and celebrating individuality. Imagine a world where colors break free from stereotypes and individuals embrace their uniqueness unapologetically. Picture a pink revolution that challenges the very notion of gender norms and celebrates the vibrant tapestry of human individuality. Today, we embark on a journey to reclaim pink, breaking gender stereotypes and paving the way for a more inclusive and accepting society. Welcome to a real world where colors no longer define us, but where we define the colors. Say yes to pink. In a world that has long been shaped by rigid gender norms and stereotypes, the color pink has been one of the casualties of this limitation. Pink has been traditionally associated with femininity, reinforcing harmful gender roles and expectations. However, in recent times, there has been a growing movement to reclaim pink as a symbol of breaking gender stereotypes and celebrating individuality.
This movement seeks to challenge the narrow definition of masculinity and femininity and promote inclusivity and acceptance for all. Next, we go to the raise of awareness. So, this topic is for sure to raise awareness about the harmful effect of gender stereotypes and the importance of promoting inclusivity and individuality in society. How to express themselves fearlessly, promoting a more accepting and diverse society. We go to the next part, which is the issue. So, this is the issue that we want to discuss today. We have two issues, which is the first one is gender issue and the second one is the person's identity. We go to the next part. Firstly, the issue that already famous about this pink color is about the gender issue. So today I am going to breaking the gender stereotypes. How about these two colors? Did you know from an early age, children are often exposed to messages that enforce gender stereotypes, assigning specific colors to boys and girls. Pink, in particular, has been culturally designated as a girly color, while blue is as masculine. These stereotypes limit self-expression and can lead to a sense of shame or discomfort in individuals who may not conform to societal expectations. Breaking gender stereotypes involves challenging the idea that certain colors, activities, or characteristics should be exclusive to a particular gender. By reclaiming pink, we can show that colors do not have inherent gender traits and that is perfectly acceptable for anyone, regardless of their gender identity, to embrace pink or any other color that resonates with. Next, we go to the next issue, which is the person's identity. So, did you guys know individuality is a fundamental aspect of human identity? So, what we need to do is we need to celebrating that individual. Embracing and celebrating our unique qualities foster a more inclusive and accepting society. By reclaiming pink, we emphasize the importance of embracing individuality in all its forms. This goes beyond just color preference. It's about embracing diverse interests, hobbies, and talents without fear of judgment or discrimination. So, why we need to break the gender stereotypes and celebrating the individuality? So, in this slide, firstly, we for sure need to build a supportive community. As individuals embrace their true self unapologetically, they find support like-minded individuals. The movement fosters a sense of belonging for those who have felt excluded or judged based on societal norms, creating a community that champions diversity and acceptance. Next, for the next point is to impact of reclaiming pink extend beyond personal expression, which is inspiring social change. As more people challenge gender stereotypes and embrace individuality, it influences larger social norms and expectations. This culture shift paved the way for a more progressive and inclusive society, benefiting future generations. Thirdly, by embracing pink and other colors as expression of personal preference, we foster a culture that embraces diverse identity, interests, and talents. This mindset encourages people to celebrate their uniqueness and appreciate the uniqueness of others, promoting a more tolerant and accepting society. Now you guys can see the movement to reclaim pink serve as a powerful catalyst for challenging gender stereotypes, promoting inclusivity, and empowering individuals to embrace their authentic self. By featuring this movement, we can contribute to a society that celebrates diversity, fosters empathy, and champions the right of every individual to express themselves fearlessly and unapologetically. So, the conclusion is we learn that in this world we can authentically be ourselves, contributing to more vibrant and compassionate tapestry of humanity. Reclaiming pink is more than just reclaiming a color. It is reclaiming the right to be fearless and completely ourselves. The movement to reclaim pink as a symbol of breaking gender stereotypes and celebrating individuality carries immense significance in our society. By challenging the rigid association of colors with specific genders, we open the door to a more inclusive, understanding, and accepting world. Reclaiming pink is not just about a color, it represents a powerful call to question and challenge traditional gender norms that limit self expression and create unnecessary divisions. It encourages us to embrace diversity and celebrate the uniqueness of each individual without fear of judgment and discrimination. As we break free from the constraint of gender stereotypes, we foster empathy, build supportive communities, and inspire social change. By promoting inclusivity, redefining masculinity and femininity, and advocating for gender equality, we pave the way for a more progressive and harmonious society. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Najah binti Abu Bakar. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that is of great importance in today's professional landscape: the value of intern and whether they should be paid for their contribution. Internships have become an integral part of career development, offering invaluable opportunities for individuals to gain practical experience and prepare for the challenges of the working world. However, it is crucial that we examine the value that intern bring to the organization and recognize the significance of compensating them for their effort. Allow me to present a positive argument on why interns should be paid. Firstly, let me acknowledge the significant commitment that interns make. Internship demand time, energy, and dedication. Interns often work long hours, undertake challenging tasks, and contribute to the real project within the organization. They bring fresh perspective, innovative ideas, and the willingness to learn. By compensating interns, we not only acknowledge the value of their times and effort, but also motivate them to perform at their best, ensuring that they can focus on their professional growth without the burden of financial strain. Next, furthermore, paying intern align with the principle of fairness and equality. Intern, like any other employee, deserve to be fairly compensated for their work. By offering payment, we promote equal treatment and prevent the exploitation of young talent. This inclusivity allows individuals from diverse backgrounds to participate in internship, irrespective of their financial circumstances. It ensures that internships are accessible to all, leveling the playing field and creating opportunities for a wider range of aspiring professionals. Moreover, paying interns enhance their overall quality of internship and attract top talent. When interns receive compensation, they feel valued and recognized for their contribution. This in turn boosts their moral, motivation, and productivity. they are more likely to take their responsibility serious and active contribute to the organization's success. Mm, By offering fair payment, organizations can attract the best and brightest talent, creating a positive cycle of excellence and ensuring a continuous influx of motivated individuals who will contribute positively to the company goals. Next, in addition to the benefit for intern themselves, paying intern can yield long-term advantage for organization. Intern often possess specialized skill, knowledge, and fresh perspective that can greatly benefit the company. They bring new ideas, approach, and insight that contribute to innovation and growth. By providing fair compensation, organizations foster a positive relationship with intern, nurturing their professional development and building a pipeline of talented individuals who may become future employees or even advocate for the organization. Lastly, paying intern demonstrate a commitment for fair labor practice and ethical principle. Unpaid internship can perpetuate a culture of exploitation and diminish the value of internship as a genuine learning experience. By offering fair compensation, organizations uphold ethical standards and ensure that interns are treated with respect and fairness. This commitment not only benefits interns, but also reinforces the organization's reputation as an employee that value and invest in its workplace. Next, in conclusion, it is imperative that we recognize the value interns bring to organization and compensate them accordingly. By providing fair payment, we acknowledge their commitment, promote equality, attract top talent, and uphold ethical standards. Let us value interns not only for their potential but for the contribution they make in the present. By investing in their professional growth and recognizing their worth, we create an environment that fosters innovation, excellence, and mutual respect. That's all from me. Thank you.